Hi, beautiful Scorpio souls. Welcome to Mocha Tarot. Today's love reading is coming through with such intense emotional energy, and I feel like someone is finally waking up to just how deeply you have changed them. Spirit is showing me a person who tried to control this connection. They may have pulled away, ignored what they felt, or convinced themselves that they could somehow move on, but listen, I feel like that distance only made everything stronger. This person keeps thinking about you. They are replaying what happened, the mistakes they made, and the ways they may have pushed away someone who is actually bringing love, support, and something beautiful into their life. And here's where it gets interesting. I feel a major awakening happening. This person is realizing, I need to step up. I need to show them how much they mean to me. I feel like they may be preparing a surprise, an emotional conversation, an invitation, or some kind of meaningful gesture that shows you they are no longer taking this connection lightly. Honestly, truth is coming to the surface. They may finally understand that it has always been you, and I feel they are getting ready to prove that with actions instead of excuses. So trust your intuition because something is shifting, this person's heart is opening, and they may be preparing to show you just how significant you truly are. And let's get into your reading.
I feel like when it comes to the person you're dealing with, you just always expect them to do the right thing. Your intuition keeps insisting that they know better, but then they purposely do the exact opposite. From the very beginning of this connection, they knew deep down that you two were cosmically meant to be, but they still chose to build walls and completely downplay the intense bond you share. Right now, for this week, they're suddenly getting hit with the reality of how deeply they actually care about you. They're finally recognizing that you were their ultimate safe haven, a place that just genuinely felt like home. Your heart was completely open to them, and you offered this incredibly pure, comforting love. They finally realized that being with you would bring them ultimate peace if they just stop running. That realization is exactly why they're currently drowning in a sea of heavy regret. That it's like they know you're a guaranteed blessing in their life, but they failed to step up and match your level of commitment. Instead of following what their heart desperately wanted, they built massive barricades to keep you out. So now they're totally retreating inward to reflect on the terrible way they treated you. Honestly, they're absolutely mortified by their own past behavior. They're hyper fixating on their personal flaws and just relentlessly beating themselves up for abandoning the relationship. Because the truth is, they've run out of places to hide from their own emotions. The heavy guilt of pushing you away and forcing that separation is completely consuming their thoughts right now. A massive piece of this puzzle connects back to some serious childhood wounds, particularly regarding a deeply distorted feminine figure in their life. When you offered them your pure divine energy, their brain just short circuited and couldn't process it. Their entire blueprint for what a partner should be was completely warped from an early age. The person who was supposed to teach them unconditional love ultimately showed them something very twisted because they had such a traumatic foundation. Your genuine affection totally rocked their world. That's a huge reason for their current regret, because you actually healed their twisted perspective on divine femininity. You helped them break through a lifetime of disappointment and adversity. But tragically, when things got tough, they might have chosen another feminine energy over you simply because it felt comfortably familiar. The harsh reality is that the person they chose was just projecting a fake manipulative aura. It was someone wearing a massive mask, secretly operating with incredibly toxic and controlling motives. They desperately needed your person to think they were in charge, but behind the scenes, they only cared about fulfilling their own selfish desires. Your counterpart's intuition was always screaming that this toxic dynamic was wrong. Their whole compass for healthy love was just utterly broken from day one, which explains their terrible choices. They went running back to a toxic ex who completely sold them a fake dream. And now they see the massive mistake they made. You know, they are mentally screaming out apologies to you right now. It's like they're intensely regretting that they couldn't see your true worth when they had the chance. In their twisted headspace, they convinced themselves that everybody else was somehow better than you, but it actually makes total psychological sense when you look at their history. Since their only reference point was a distorted, manipulative energy, your pure vibration totally terrified them. They literally didn't have the emotional tools to distinguish between what was genuine and what was a toxic trap. Going back to that toxic past was just the path of least resistance for them. It was a familiar chaos that they mistakenly believed they could easily control, whereas your energy was untamable. Being with you meant they actually had to evolve, elevate their mindset, and become a significantly better version of themselves. When push came to shove, um, they just weren't brave enough to take that massive leap of faith, even though you meant the absolute world to them, and they constantly fantasized about sharing their entire life with you. They still chickened out. They ran back to their comfort zone because staying stagnant is always easier than doing the hard work of personal growth. But right now, we're seeing a totally transformed person who is staring in the mirror and finally taking full accountability. They clearly see that the toxic energy they chose over you was entirely fake, and they desperately want you back. This person was making me insecure. This person was controlling me and using my insecurities against me in order for me to do what they wanted me to do. This is a process that this person is going through right now. And this person is making comparisons between this karmic energy or this distorted energy, whether it's a mom, whether it's a sister, it's a feminine energy, okay? So they're making comparisons between you and them. And during this reflection, the one thing that they're realizing is your be worth, how sorry they are, how much regret. But also too, they're learning a sense of self-love, because in order for this person to truly love you, in order for this person to truly regret their choices, they had to love themselves enough to say, you know what? I'm more than this distorted energy that I'm next to. I deserve more than this. I deserve somebody that loves me for me. I deserve somebody who I can call a partner, somebody that's just not in the background pulling the strings. And the thing about this person is we are meant to be, and I've always known that. This person always knew from the moment that they saw you that you're the person that they wanted to share their life with. They knew that. I just think that this person didn't know exactly how that worked. How do I share my life with somebody that's different than me? And difference can not only come from age, race, religion, whatever, it also can come from different energies. Being raised differently, being raised the same, but then it being a little bit different, having a different spin on it. And I also think for you as well, this distorted feminine energy, it's done one or two things for you as well, because if you and your person are marrying one another, you and this person have gone through similar things, just in a different context, right? So, with this distorted feminine energy, more than likely, whoever your feminine was, you either tried to be like them or the complete opposite. And I get that with this person. This person is learning a lot. There's something here that this person is going through, like if they're going through a major awakening. Because again, I think that the first step to moving forward with somebody is acknowledging this is what happened. That's why they say the first step of triple A is acknowledging that you have a problem. So with this person, they had to acknowledge, I did the wrong thing, I made the wrong choice. That's them putting their ego on the back burner. That's them looking beneath the surface. That's them sitting here and saying, I was not interested in acknowledging this because of my ego, because of my pride, because of however I was raised. But now with this person, they feel that choosing somebody else over you was such a huge mistake, putting you off, ignoring you, not making the right choices. They knew that you deserve something more, but I think that this person didn't know how to express it. And I think that they didn't understand how to process that information. But now with this person, and again, this to me is the past, this to me is the current or the future, they feel guilty. And I think that when they felt guilty, that's when you saw them pull away because they felt a lot of remorse. Why would you want somebody like them? Why would you want to be around somebody who chose somebody else over you, who has all these mistakes, who's made mistakes over and over and over again? Even though they told you that they were going to do different, and it's because the two of you guys are meant to be. They've known it. You've known it. The only thing you've wanted to do is share your world with this person. This person sees your worth. They put you on a pedestal above a lot of people, and I think that there was other people in this person's ear telling them who you were. People that you've never even met, people that you've never even had conversations with. And because this person was, in this distorted feminine energy, it's like, okay, well, I know this, and other people are saying this. Therefore, that must be true. Not realizing that the people that were not being honest with them, they were not being honest in order to control them. I can't stand the thoughts of you with anyone else. I think that this person really does love you. And I think that they understand the level of significance that you or the impact that you're gonna have in anybody's life. Like, regardless if it's their life, regardless if it's somebody else's life, this is somebody who feels like anybody would be lucky to have you. Anybody would. This is somebody who feels like when you walk in a room, everybody wants to talk to you, and your perception may be, what are you talking about? Because I feel like you guys don't even realize the energy that you project when you walk into a room. And a lot of times, light workers don't know it. A lot of times you don't realize your own impact, but this person does because this person sees it. This person knows how you impact them. So for them, they believe that you impact other people in the same manner. And the idea of you being with anyone else, when you are theirs, you're meant to be with them, you're not meant to be with anyone else. That drives them crazy. For some reason, this person thinks about you being with other people, and it makes them mad. Whether you are or currently in a marriage or currently in a relationship, or if you are single, because we all have different situations. And that's the beautiful thing about the internet and tarot, is that so many people from so many different walks of life can all come in and share the same story. Maybe the details aren't exact, but how we feel is all the same. This person doesn't like the fact that you're with anybody else, or that there is another person or another energy that can come around and take what is theirs, because they cherish you. Huge, I regret playing games with your heart. This is somebody who is in a deep sense of remorse. This is somebody who's looking at themselves as being toxic. Why did I do this? This is somebody where you may have had to put your foot down and say, you know what? I'm not going to let you treat me like this. I've given you ample opportunities to do the right thing, and you've constantly picked yourself, your ego, your pride over everything, and I'm not doing it anymore, then I'm getting with this person. They're regret playing games. This person is tired of always, like, this is somebody who I feel like was a player, or felt like, I just want to play the field. I don't want to be locked down. I don't, I just want to do me type of energy. Regardless if they're married, if they're taken, if they're single, whatever it is, this is somebody who always viewed themselves as single because they had to. Because of this distorted feminine energy, they never had the support from a feminine energy. Therefore, why would a relationship be significant to them? Why it wouldn't be? The idea of relationship would not be whether that's this person saw their mom in multiple relationships with multiple people, whether it's this person's mom leaving, whatever it may be, whether it's this person's mom not being emotionally invested or acting like a mom or being selfish, whatever it may be, right? This person realized that they put you through what their mom put them through, and now they're in deep regret for playing games with you because they're realizing that you are the divine feminine. They're realizing that you love them. This is somebody who has cried over you. Wow, look, these cards came out. I have cried over losing you. I fantasize about making love to you, but I don't know, or I don't, but I know you don't view me the same way anymore. This person has never stopped loving you. But the problem here is that they believe that you stop loving them. And for some of you, you may have. For some of you, because we're all in different stages of healing, you may still be upset with this person with what they've done. For some of you, you may have said, you know what, I do love you, but I love me more right now where I'm investing in me. So, me meeting you halfway, are you only putting 25? And it doesn't work for me. Either we're both putting 100 in or we're putting nothing. But how this person is taking it is, you don't love me anymore. You don't feel the same way about me anymore. But that's not the C case, or you wouldn't be sitting here watching this reading. This is a completely different energy. I think that also, too, this is somebody who connects with you in the 5D. These blessings we have for you belong to you. No one can block your blessings. No one can take what we give you. This is your birthright. This, it's interesting that this card came out because I don't feel like it has anything to do with this reading. I feel like you guys have gone through a lot, period, through life. And I feel like there's a lot of amazing things that are coming for you. There's a lot of beautiful blessings that are upon the horizon. There's a lot of things that are coming into your view that you don't see. And I think that you've been through a lot. And I feel like what God wants you to understand, what your guides want you to understand right now, is that there's so many blessings that are coming for you as soon as this negative energy subsides. As soon as you guys refocus on yourself and realize that you do deserve these blessings, that you are a master of your own self, that's when these blessings come. They're financial blessings, there's blessings of love, there's so many blessings here that are coming. And believe it or not, because it's coming up with inside of this reading, these blessings also come for your person as well. I feel like your person feels like sometimes like God gave up on them or that like somebody gave up on them. But I feel like what's happened here with this person is like, we've not given up on you, but we're waiting for you to do the right thing. And the right thing for you may be putting yourself first and no longer putting other people first. That may be something that you have to do for your person. They may have to put somebody first and stop being so selfish. I mean, it could be either or. But these blessings are coming for you within these next couple of months. I just heard they're going to be a beautiful time for you guys. Beautiful, beautiful time. Please let me make it right. See here. Here's something I'm gathering, okay? Let's look at this. I regret playing games, okay? Please let me make it right. And I have cried over losing you. This person wasn't planning on being so emotional. This is somebody who likes to be non-emotional a lot of times, and they feel like that's where their strength. And I don't think that they ever want you to know that they've cried over you, but the reality is when you have such a strong soul bond and you're not with who you're meant to be with, there's a lot of emotions that come with that. That there's a lot of tug here, there's a lot of pain that's caused even if this person tried to bury themselves and work so they don't think about you. They still can't stop thinking about you, thinking about their regret, thinking about their choice, of thinking about how they could have had this beautiful life with you. this fairy tale sense of romance, that they actually had the ability to have this beautiful a love story, that they had what it took, and that the task at hand they weren't prepared for. So now with this person, they're in a sense of, I need to rebuild what I've broken. I have what it takes. I can do this, but they need to apply what they've known to the current in order to make you some type of offer. Past life karmic, causing current life interruptions. And again, there may be this distorted feminine energy that keeps coming in to mess up your situation with your person, because they're losing a sense of control. I only want you, and the karmic knows it. They can sense my attention is elsewhere. They can't block my view anymore, but it may be too late. They're hoping you give them another chance. For some of you guys, this is a karmic that was doing black magic. This is a karmic that was doing um, spells on your person in order to keep them confused pertaining to you. And it may have been more than one person that was doing this, but here's something that I'm getting. This person knows that this is a problem, that this is an issue. This karmic energy knows their time is limited. This person knows that this person is in love with you. You want to know why they're in love with you, because you're the empress. You have a distorted feminine energy who's trying to be this empress, who's trying to be the divine counterpart, who's trying to embody the level of femininity. But see, a distorted feminine, they actually embody more masculine qualities than they do feminine qualities. The empress doesn't control. The empress leads, they lead by example. The empress doesn't beg. The empress is not begging this person to do the right thing. You either do it or you don't want to do it. That's fine. I'm the empress. Because the true power of the empress, it lies within her ability to manifest her abundance. She is abundance. She births abundance, and that's the difference. Her third eye is open. She sees already what's coming. If you are the true divine empress, you know what's coming. You know that this karmic, that everything with this, it's done, it's over with. This karmic energy, I feel like, has mental problems, emotional issues. This is somebody who is not taking care of themselves physically because they're too busy trying to control everything else, trying to cause a level of havoc. And, for me, I don't really like to talk about karmic energy because I think it's pointless. The more energy we give to it, it makes them happy. But the reality is, it's important to acknowledge that what's caused issues in the past so that you can say, okay, this was the past issue, but how are we moving forward? For some of you guys, you already know that it's a karmic, whether it's a person, place, or thing, whether it's an actual physical, another party, whether it's a job, whether it's an addiction, whatever it may be, there is a karmic situation with inside of your connection. Then this person's karmic is now your karmic, and this is something that's happened over multiple lifetimes. So you being the empress, you have to handle things much, much differently than you would in the past. You have to be the opposite of what this distorted feminine is, which is staying in your birthright, which is knowing you are a blessing, which is knowing you have the ability to create, to control abundance. That abundance is at your fingertips. But it's never to come off your rock. You are an empress. You are a lioness. A lioness doesn't involve itself with whatever is going on beneath them, because that's beneath them. So stay very high vibrational, because what this distorted energy wants to do is they want to bring you down to their level. They want to bring you down to their frequency. And when they're at their frequency, they can play dirty, because this distorted feminine cannot make it to your frequency at a high vibration, which is why they do all these other tactics in order to get your attention, in order to get your person's attention. And I feel like whoever this person is, they've made this other person feel like, money, sex, power, that's what's important, materialistic possessions. When for you, it's like, but what about your soul? You can't die with your money. So what's going to happen with your soul afterwards? Sometimes I wonder if you're better off without me. Yeah, this person is depressed. Sometimes I feel like with this person, they feel bad for themselves, but now is not the time for them to feel bad about themselves. Now is their time to fix it. They have the potential to fix it because the Empress is very forgiving. The Empress isn't stupid, but they are forgiving. They understand that everybody has to go through something. The Empress had to go through a distorted feminine energy in order to become the Empress. The Empress is everything combined into one. This person is feeling like they don't have enough to give you right now, when in reality they do. No one has ever set boundaries like you did. It took me totally off guard. I've never been, I think it's challenged before because you're the Empress. The Empress is going to require more than a distorted feminine. An Empress is going to require more than a karmic energy. An Empress is going to require the masculine or whoever to elevate. And it has nothing to do with physical. It has to do with their mind frame. It has to do with their mindset. It has to do with them as a person, their heart, their soul. Are they elevating at a soul level? See, the Empress is going to push this person to be the best them. Because if they are the best and you are the best, you together, this level of abundance that's coming for you guys is beautiful. This level of abundance is unheard of. And I think that that's why you set such strong boundaries with this person. See the gray area of it could be this, it could be this, or it could be this, or maybe this, or, them not giving you a direct answer. That's that distorted energy. You're an Empress, you're enlightened, you already know what the answer is. When you ask them a question, you already know the answer, you just want to see if this person is going to be honest or if they're not. For a lot of you guys, my silence is a way of coping. This is somebody who really tried to be quiet. This is somebody who really tried to, um, times that they went quiet, it's like they were trying to think of what to say to you because they know that whatever they vocalize to you, you're going to process it in a different way. They know that they can't run game on you. They know that what they say to this distorted feminine energy, they can't say to the Empress. Because again, hold them to a higher regard. If you're the Emperor and the Empress, you have a different set of rules that you have to live by than a page or a knight, even than a king or a queen, because there's only one divine counterpart. You only get one a lifetime. What are you going to do with it? Granted, you can be happy with the king or a queen, but that's not your divine. You'll never feel whole. That's something that I truly believe in my heart. This person was always looking for somebody to replace you, and they couldn't. I'm so obsessed with you. I can't stop watching and stalking you. I tell myself that I'm going to stop, but I can't. They can't take their eyes off you. And it's not even you physically. I feel like it's something that you project. It's a pheromone. It's I mean, look at her. Like, can we just acknowledge her really quick? Yeah, she's absolutely stunning, but look at her energy. She is a star. She's beautiful. That's why this person knows other people want you to. They know that other people are waiting for you to drop the ball or for them to drop the ball so that they could swoop in. This person knows that. That's why they're in regret. That's why they're silent, because they're trying to figure out exactly what to say in order to kind of recapture the situation, recapture the relationship. And the one thing in this silence, this person knows they can't let you go. They're in love with you. If you moved on with somebody else, that would devastate them. They wouldn't know what to do. That I feel like this person would go mad, like genuinely, and maybe you've already tried to do this, or maybe you are moving on and you're still getting readings because your real love is this person. But if they felt like you gave your love, the love that you gave to them, to somebody else, oh Lord, that would not be a good situation. I'm hurt, so I hurt other people. I mean, that's again, that stems from childhood. I know I sabotaged this connection. I had to do something to protect my heart from you and from love, because this person realized that you saw through their facade, you saw through the mask, you saw them at a core level. They couldn't pretend to you. You knew the things that they were saying were super important. You knew that's not what was really important to this person. You knew it. Now, with this energy, they're making a plan to make you theirs forever. So you have, please let me make this right. I plan on making you mine forever. And then you also have, I regret playing games with your heart. This is somebody who's remorseful. This is somebody who's trying to change their patterns. This is somebody who's trying to move forward in a positive light. What messages do you have for the collective when it comes to this person? I feel like I don't deserve you. I'm worried you'll leave when you see who I really am. This is somebody who's not comfortable in their own skin. This is somebody who believes you're better than them because you're this empress, because you're going to be having all these blessings that are coming towards you, but what they don't understand is that the blessings multiply when you're with your divine counterpart. When you're doing the right thing, have you guys ever like felt like you should be doing something and you didn't do it and your life fell apart? And then the moment that you just gave in, the moment that you just went with the flow and you just surrendered, everything fell into place. That's this energy. That's this energy that you're in. You're realizing I have no control. The only control I have is over how I respond. But how I respond, that's going to be my karma, whether it's good or whether it's negative. This person wants you, but this pattern that they're in, they feel like they're not good enough. They feel like they don't have enough to offer you. I think you're beautiful inside and out. I see the light that radiates with inside your soul. Hello, Empress. I wish you could see that we are marrying each other right now. I definitely saw that. I'm trying to understand how my thoughts create reality. I know I need to stay positive. You see, this is somebody who is beginning to understand timing and intentions, that the way that they handle things ultimately dictate what's to come okay. I think that this person needs you to trust them right now. I need to move slowly with this, but trust what I am moving, or that I am moving even when it seems like I'm not. So, a couple of things. This person, if they move too quickly with the situation, they feel like that's not fair to you. So they're moving at a pace where they're healing and they're able to separate themselves from a karmic. And they're handling these patterns of self-doubt in order to come close to you. They're realizing that their thoughts about themselves, how they view themselves, are ultimately what's impacting the situation with you and them. I'm trying to figure out this connection. I've never had love like this before. Wow. As twin flames, as we are here to ascend and help others do the same. See, you know what the most beautiful thing about your guys' situation is that when the two of you guys come together, it's such a beautiful story. And somehow, I don't know if you guys do business together. I don't know if you write a book. But I don't know exactly what it is, but you do something very beautiful for a large group of people. There's something that you guys do together a, that gives you guys a level of abundance together. All right, what messages do you have, or how does this person strength, beautiful energy? This is somebody that is very focused on you. This is somebody, because strength comes after the chariot. So they're already on the same page as you, but now it has to happen is they have to be strong in their convictions in order to lead to see it through. On the traditional tarot deck, we have the Empress, and she's taming the lion. The lion is the masculine's ego. So there's something here between the two of them, but also to the masculine energy. It's not being overly dominant. What it's doing is it's showing its presence with being there. The Empress is showing it a level of control with being nurturing and gentle. And because of that, this masculine energy is able to look this divine feminine in the eye and realize that they are their true counterpart. And how does this person view themselves in this situation? How do they view their role in the romantic situation with the divine? They want to communicate. Okay, King of Cups. They're in a very emotional state right now. The thing about the King of Cups, though, is Scorpio energy. This is Leo Scorpio energy. But with this Scorpio energy, it's very controlled. So this is somebody who feels very, very deeply, but may have not shown it yet. Keyword is yet. How do they view the divine feminine right now, or uh, the collective? How do they view the collective right now? Five of Cups wanted to come in. That's that regret. That's that despair. The Three of Swords, they miss you. It's that and Judgment. That's how they're viewing you right now. They feel really bad. And I think that that kind of correlates with the reading. They feel guilty. They're having this major awakening where they're realizing everything that's gone on between the two of you. And I think that this person misses you. I think that they're heartbroken. But the problem is the only way you get to the Three of Swords is in the Two of Swords. The Two of Swords is you have two different options. You have to pick which one. It's Moon and Libra with this person. They couldn't make a choice between the distorted feminine and the true empress. So because of that, it's led them to this Three of Swords. And now they're in this sense of judgment. Judgment is like it's the reckoning, it's the resurrection, it's but the other thing about judgment is that it's reincarnation, it's reunion, and it's something that's shocking. This person is planning on doing something shocking. I feel like what's stopping this person from being with the collective completely? They felt stuck. What are they thinking about heavily when it comes to the collective? Being romantic, wow, the Empress, look how beautiful that is. And what is this person's next actions towards the collective? The Ace of Cups. Oh, there is some type of love offer coming. Here's what I love about the Ace of Cups. Really quick, the Ace of Cups is here when there's a level of self-love. It starts with you first. So this person had to love themselves before they could love you. So this person is looking at themselves like, I can do it. I do have enough to give them. And what is this person's intentions long term with the collective? Wow, the Four of Wands, marriage, partnership, stability, celebration. I feel like this person wants to go have a good time with you. They want to take you on vacation. They want to go out. They want to do things that they weren't able to do because they're having a different perspective here. And what can the collective expect over these next few days? What can they expect from this person? The King of Pentacles. Okay, this is going to be a really interesting energy. All right, guys, that's all I have for you. I hope it resonated. Take care. Bye.